Hey everyone, welcome back to Unwind, a place where you can sit back and relax, and a place for us to dump whatever's on our minds onto you. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to check out our Patreon page where our patrons can catch the latest episodes first and get exclusive perks you can't find anywhere else. I'm Kenny.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to Unwind.
Awesome.
How's it going?
You know, living life. Living
life.
It's been like a while since we recorded.
It has been a while.
Like a week and a half.
Been super busy.
I've missed you.
Yeah.
Not you, them.
Oh.
Just kidding, you two.
I wish I could say the same.
Darn. Also, racist.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Excuse you.
I'm kidding.
So what have you been up to?
Just hanging out. Not doing as much homework as I should have been. I went skiing.
Yeah?
Wild. Pretty good.
Yeah? Where'd you go?
I went up to Seymour.
Okay, yeah.
It's a small hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to a bigger hill coming from up near Sun Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
Which is up in Kamloops. And the snow's a bit more wet down here. Took me a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
Even at the alpine level, it doesn't quite get that crispiness that Sun Peaks snow gets.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between high quality bacon and cheap bacon. It's still crispy, but it's not real crispy.
It's not real crispy.
You know?
Yeah.
So I had a good time doing that.
That's nice.
And then just been hanging out. Finished Cora.
Yeah?
Fantastic show.
How's that?
Season 4
Uh-huh.
is quite different. It's got a lot more existential crisis, a lot more internal struggle than external struggle. So it's got like the same amount of like stuff going on, while simultaneously having less action, which makes it both better and worse in different ways, you know? So very, very good. Would recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it to go watch that after finishing this episode. Because, you haven't even gotten to the good part of this episode yet.
Yeah.
But now the good part. How was your week?
This is the good part?
Yeah.
Well, my week was pretty boring.
Pretty boring?
And this is going to be the best content.
Yo!
I worked on my assignments, did a lot of homework. And then I slept, and then woke up and came to class, and then went home, worked on my project some more.
Wild.
Yeah.
For anyone who's tuning in who should be doing homework, do your homework.
After you listen to this.
After you listen to the podcast. Because that, I lied to you, wasn't the most exciting part of this episode.
This is the most
exciting part. What is it, Kenny?
We have a guest here with us today.
We have a guest in the building.
She is
an artist from Vancouver.
She goes to the school that we go to.
Goes to the school we go to. Named Dacey. Singer, songwriter, and visionary director of the band, also called Dacey.
Yeah. Which is like
pretty wild.
How convenient is that?
Like, you could say convenient, or you could say it's going to be kind of messy for us, differentiating our questions between the band and the person.
It'll be the inflection.
Yeah. Good call. So welcome to the show, Dacey.
Hey, Dacey.
She's been here listening to that entire dialogue.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
Sure. Been good to have you out.
Yeah, this is my first podcast ever, so.
First podcast ever.
Nice.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
Pretty wild.
Hey.
Believe it? Professionals. So we're going to start you off with, like, the priority questions. As a person who comes from a band, leader of a band, person who formed it, what's your favorite dog?
All right. Dog. All right.
Dog.
Do you like dogs?
I like dogs. I do. I have a cat at home. I've never owned a dog. But
Never?
I've never, no.
Have you pet a dog before?
Of course I have.
Nice.
I've pet
Good.
so many. If I had $1 for each dog I pet, dude, I would be
You'd have a lot of money.
Hell yeah. But yeah, overall I would say this is just so basic. There's so many dogs.
Wild.
Like, I don't know many breeds, but
That's
when
fine.
you say dog, automatically what pops up into my head, German Shepherd. German Shepherd.
I had a German Shepherd.
So
Yeah.
My
cute.
grandpa had German Shepherds like my whole life, and then like my dad's whole life, like he loves German Shepherds.
Love me a German Shepherd.
They're sweet.
They're the best.
They're sweet.
They're smart.
Mm-hmm.
That too, yeah.
I wouldn't want to have one in the city though,
Too
just
high energy.
because like there's nowhere for the dog to run around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
absolutely.
back
That's
home,
true.
we had like this huge field, and he was an outdoor dog, so he
Yo.
just stayed outside the whole time.
My man.
Loved it.
Aw. What was his name?
His name was Jax.
Oh,
Jax.
Yeah,
it's like Jack, but better.
yeah.
There's two. There's
Jax.
two Jacks.
Wild. Good.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Good
but-
We covered that.
choice.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on to the podcast.
Hey.
It's great having you.
Thank you so much. Man, I wish I prepared for that question. I didn't see it
No,
coming.
live and direct here at Unwind
This is
Podcast.
authentic.
Heck yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're here for at Nimbus School of Recording and Media.
Yeah. When I first came to Nimbus, I wanted to be in the artist development program, in which I did. I didn't really expect myself to be in engineering right now, but I'm glad I am, because with the course I'm taking, it just kind of opens a door for me and allows me to not be so dependent on others, and
Totally.
now I know what I'm doing. And
Sweet.
if that answers your question, what was your... See, I talk too much. I trail off.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
That's good.
Yeah, coming into Nimbus, I just wanted to do the post-production and video game stuff, but engineering gave me so much knowledge that is so relevant to anything.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's so
Totally.
good just
Yeah.
to take.
It was definitely like a switch, because coming from ADEV, artist development, right into engineering,
Yeah.
you're like songwriting, and then all of a sudden it's patching. It's like,
Yeah.
what are
It's
these
so
chords?
technical.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
new
It's so
chords.
much more technical than
Chord
anything
rapping.
else.
What's
disgusting.
that?
Chord rapping.
Chord
What's
rapping.
that? Come
That's
on.
an interesting day.
Yeah.
People either get it or they don't. People don't understand that it can be as complicated as it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Unnecessarily crazy.
So many cables are not wrapped properly in this school. Even though that's the second day of classes,
That is
they
the
show
second day.
you how to wrap cables.
Totally. Fun fact, we had to restart this episode a couple minutes in because somebody didn't wrap a cable properly and it must have broken it. And we just stopped being able to hear people.
Yeah.
So we had to
So,
switch some stuff out.
welcome to the party, people.
Yeah.
So, Dacey, tell us a bit about yourself, the person Dacey.
The person Dacey.
What brought you to this school?
Oh, that was the question. To Nimbus. Hey, well, yeah. So, I basically wanted to find myself as an artist,
Deep.
and I'm still at it. Yeah, I was supposed to go into dental hygiene
Oh,
Whoa. what
after high
the-
school. Yeah, yeah.
Shoot.
So
Took an L.
I basically I'm glad I did this. I stood up to my parents, and I'm coming from Asian parents, right?
Okay, yeah.
Obviously,
I say it as
think
if I
about
know.
the future, all of that. Make sure the income is stable.
Mm.
But I stood up to them and I said, "Hey, music is all that I want to do. When I wake up, I want to make sure that something music related is something that I have to do. I don't want to wake up and the first thing I see, obviously not the first thing that I see is teeth, but you know
It's
what
like
I mean.
a poster on your roof.
Maybe I would have. Maybe I would have had a poster on my roof of teeth for some reason, but that won't ever happen now because I'm not in that. So
yeah. I'm glad that you stood up for yourself because
Yeah.
this girl has a crazy, amazing voice.
Hell of a voice.
yeah, thank you
It's
guys.
so good.
Thank you
And
so
like
much.
Loki can also just drop bars. I bet she could probably drop something right now.
Oh, don't pull that on me. No, I can't
right now.
Not right now.
Next time.
Next
yeah,
time.
next time.
There we
Next
go.
time. Between now and then, Kenny will learn how to beatbox,
Yes.
and
I'll
And
get
then-
my kazoo and beatboxing while kazoo.
yes.
would that work?
I also
We'll
have
find
a kazoo.
out.
Next time, next time Dacey comes on, not next episode. Don't get your hopes up, people here.
We gotta figure this out.
Yeah, this might take time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what else would help us figure that out?
What?
Subscribing to the Patreon,
Yo,
people.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Now that we learned a little bit about you, Dacey, tell us a little bit about your band.
Yeah, so there are 5 members in total, including me. Bassist is Josh. His name is Joshua. He's
Nice.
dope.
Josh is dope.
Josh
yeah,
is
Josh
pretty
is
dope.
dope. We have 2
Also-
guitarists, JT, Mr. Texan,
Mr. Texan.
JT.
and our second guitarist is Waterfall Eyes.
Waterfall Eyes.
He goes by Waterfall Eyes, but his name is Nate.
I met him like at the beginning of school, and I didn't learn his actual name until probably 3 months in.
Oh yeah,
He's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm Waterfall Eyes." I'm like, "That's a pretty wild name."
it's a
but
long name too.
I
Yeah,
guess it's Vancouver, so
Like, sure. Yeah.
it actually has a deeper meaning to his name, but I won't spoil it.
You'll
That
have
will
him on.
only come out from him.
Nice.
Yeah. And then last but not least, our drummer, his name is Austin. He's the only member in the band that doesn't go to Nimbus or didn't go to Nimbus. But I met him through his mutual friend that goes to Nimbus. So
Yeah.
Nimbus just has connections.
Yeah.
It's the hookup.
Seems to work
Place to
out
be.
that way.
It
It's
is
a
the
place to
hub.
be.
Yeah.
Seriously, for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you bring them all together to form this band? What was like? How did that start?
Yeah.
So, well, like, we were just basically we booked a studio for like a little writing sesh for Josh's demo for engineering, and we just clicked. And then I said that, hey, I have a show coming up, and they were down to play. So we were in the elevator just talking about it. And then I think JT was just like, yo, why don't we just like form a band?
Deep stuff
I
happens.
think it was
in
JT,
that
but I know for sure. Yeah.
Yo, what else has happened in that elevator?
Stuff,
Things.
and stuff.
Just
I feel like we should like follow that up with like a little quote from, what's the one guy? He plays in Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Stuff.
All right.
Things. Anyways,
wow, I forgot. What was I saying?
Elevator.
Elevator, right.
JT talking about forming a band. Mr. Texan.
Right, it was
Mr.
just
Texan.
yeah, Mr. Texan. I think it was just Josh and I and JT. We were in the elevator, and I think we were just like, yeah, why not? And then we did. We didn't have a drummer then, so then once we had a drummer, we had our first show, and then Waterfall Eyes joined. So he wasn't in the band right away.
Okay.
But yeah, now we have them, and we've been a band for like how long? Couple months, not too long, cause I just joined Nimbus, but
Probably like 4 months though.
yeah,
Something like
It's
that.
been a
Yeah.
and like yeah, it's crazy how we click so well, all of us, especially like with different personalities, right?
Yeah.
You'd assume that things would clash, but no,
Totally.
man. Yeah, they're amazing people, and
Nice.
yeah,
Because JT's overwhelming coolness just keeps you guys all glued together.
oh yeah,
Seriously.
swag,
I don't know what it is about that guy.
oh yeah,
Just cool.
It's just the bowl cut.
just cool.
He's just cool.
Everybody, yeah,
Everybody knows.
everybody, yeah.
It's undeniable.
Everybody,
Yesterday we had a mentor session with Nardwar,
Nardwar.
Hardwire.
and then he was like, "Oh, you guys want pictures?" And then I just saw all these people go up. They look so awkward posing for a picture. And then JT goes up. I'm like, "Damn, he's so cool."
Ah,
There's Nardwar
JT,
posing.
you hear that? They're praising you right now.
Nardwar was getting a photo with JT. It wasn't the other way around.
Exactly.
It's like,
We
oh,
all got
man.
photos with JT. I was gonna say JT.
Yo!
Yeah, that was dope.
It's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see Nardwar.
Shout out Nardwar. He's the OG goat for
OG.
doing
Oh,
interviews with artists.
Yeah.
I'd like to say he's the one who motivated us to start this, but he kind of wasn't.
You
Thanks,
should have just
Angle.
left it at that.
I hope he doesn't listen to that.
Hey, honesty is important.
Yeah, it's what makes things authentic.
Mhm.
Yeah. See? Gotcha, Kenny. Gotcha.
Just think of my stutters to be just authentic.
Authentic raw footage.
Raw footage.
raw,
Raw audio.
raw audio.
There you go.
Raw audio.
Raw.
I don't know about that one,
Listening to
G.
audio. I'm
I don't know if I can
listening
get
to
behind that.
audio.
That could be our radio programming name, Radio.
Radio.
Hey, it's a 104 point. Wow, that's actually a radio station. Let me not say that. Hold on.
Now, consider your audition.
Sorry?
Never mind.
Yeah, so talking about auditions, what was your audition like for the artist development course?
Basically, you would have to like perform 2 of your originals. I performed 2 in front of Dave, the instructor. And yeah, right away he just said, yeah, you're in. So I was pretty excited about that. Stoked. My class at that time, when I was in ADEV, we only had 3 people, 4 in total. So it was a small class compared to the other classes that I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been nice.
Yeah, it was very homey, you know. And it's great because you could really get a one-on-one perspective with the instructor. And
nice.
So would you say that was one of the highlights of that experience? Is that one-on-one, or what other highlights did you find from the artist development program that you went through here at Nimbus?
just like meeting everybody, meeting all these talented people, like collabing. Everyone's so friendly, right? So you can go up to them and just say, hey, I like your shit. Do you want to work together? That's literally how everything started, just by saying that. Like,
that's awesome.
You know, if you think about it. And yeah, all the instructors are friendly. I don't find any of them like too intimidating either.
All the teachers here at Nimbus they're so good.
They are
great.
so
Ridiculous.
good. They actually do their job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say a little crap about, like, you know, teachers, you know, back in high school. Y'all didn't do shit. Y'all did jack shit. I'm just saying that right now. But yeah, that's like the greatest thing here at Nimbus. It's like all these, you're actually paying what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Can't argue.
Tuition.
Ah, fantastic.
So have you always wanted to do music?
Yeah, like, I'd say my whole life.
Nice.
When did you start doing music? Was it in school or?
Yeah, I would say school. The farthest memory of, let me just restate that. What's the question?
Like, when did you start doing music? When did you decide that you want to start doing music professionally?
Oh, when I was young.
Yeah.
I would get on the coffee table and put in that VHS tape that my aunt recorded for. She recorded a Britney Spears concert for me on that VHS tape.
Nice.
So I'd put that in. I'd stand on the coffee table. I would have my, this is me at 4 years old. So this is my, earliest memory of me doing something musical.
Fire.
But, so I would wear my kitty crop top, have that fake microphone, that wireless microphone that you
classic.
attach to your ear and stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, and I was Britney Spears on that table.
Fire.
So just being on that table and I would do that when family and friends would come over, you know. So I had an audience. So then I realized that, hey, this is actually fun. And, you know, music is good shit.
Yeah.
I think without music, the world would have no color.
That was super
That
deep.
was deep.
Welcome to the deep hour.
Hey.
That got
Unwind.
me right in the feels.
Right in the heart.
So nice.
Write that on the wall.
Hey.
Yeah.
We don't even own this studio.
Just
We're gonna write it on the wall.
Yeah.
Without music, life would have no color.
Yeah. It's
Dacey,
That's so
2019.
true, though.
the truth, though.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten that question from a friend or something? And they're like, would you rather go without movies or without music? And I'm like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah, the thing is, you can close your eyes and listen to music and have a movie playing in your head. Now, if you were to do that vice versa with a movie,
I do that with movies all the time.
close your eyes, right?
But if you think about it, movies without a score
would be awful.
Score adds so much to the movies.
At the same time, well, most movies. Yeah.
Most movies.
Yeah.
We've had a couple. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is A Quiet Place. That had very minimal score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that movie was great. I saw it in
Phenomenal.
theaters.
phenomenal. I didn't even finish my popcorn when I went and saw that movie in theaters.
I think you disrupt everybody by
Oh.
eating popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Like for that movie.
It's like it's too loud.
It's too
I
quiet. A quiet place.
Yeah,
Gotta
exactly.
be quiet.
But like for movies like that, without any music, it makes you very uneasy, and that's what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
But like in like if you think about Up,
Yeah.
like, that whole opening sequence,
Oh,
That was a sweet.
the music
Tear
for
your
that
heart
just elevates it so much.
it wouldn't be the same without
It wouldn't.
music.
Like you'd be like, okay, cool, that's sad, but like the music, oh,
Yeah.
Visuals are like information where music is feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So you need that musical
Yeah.
element.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when did you start writing originals? So you started doing covers of Britney Spears at the age of 4.
Not just Britney Spears, also Shania Twain.
Oh,
oh, Shania
classic.
Twain.
Get that.
you gotta.
Get that. I can remember me writing a song at the age of 10, and I think around then was when I was starting to write, but they will never see the light of day. Those songs won't ever.
Never?
Never.
Ah.
I unfortunately lost them, and
Oh.
unfortunately they were shit, so that's why. But yeah, I did when it became a serious process. I would say at around high school, beginning of high school. That's
Okay.
when
Nice.
Perfect. So you got set up for a couple of years before coming here and really starting to dive in head first with your band.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's bold.
So in your writing, you mentioned you've been writing seriously writing since grade probably 10 or high school.
Yeah.
What motivates you to write? What brings that out of you? What makes your content happen? Would you say?
Usually when I have something to say but I can't. I'm one person I hate what is that word? But I hate
Do you want some
what
Jeopardy
is that
theme
word?
music?
No. No.
Use the kazoo.
Oh my god, yeah, do that. Hold on. What is that word? No, let me think about it.
Yeah, just when you guys thought that we had left the kazoos behind. Now they're here.
They're here.
It's like having to deal with somebody else. What's that word?
Oh, like confrontation?
There we go. Dang. What? That was a huge brain fart right there. But I hate
Happens.
confrontation.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
that
for
shit.
sure.
I got
So, I usually write my songs about things that I can't say but I want to say.
Yeah.
And usually they're related. They're related, but sometimes it's I usually write about myself, but I'm trying to get into writing out of character. If that makes sense.
What does that mean for someone who doesn't songwrite? Walk us through that process.
So just making up a story. It doesn't have to be relevant to them.
Mm.
But I find it hard for me for some reason to just get a song done by a song that has nothing to do with me that I've never, experienced before.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So I'm trying to be better at that because I find having that skill just helps a lot with songwriting.
Totally.
Yeah.
So you tend to kind of get into your own head when you're songwriting and really
Oh yeah.
pull into that.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say it works with your style. You would describe yourself as kind of I don't know how. How would you describe your genre
Yeah.
for people who've never heard your
It's a
music?
good question because I have absolutely no clue too. I would say it's R&B, alternative
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah, because it
hip-hop.
matches quite well with your style, your songwriting.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All sits well together along with
What?
nothing. Never mind. We had a moment there, but we're back on track.
Many moments.
Just moments.
Just moments.
Welcome back to our completely candid podcast.
Hey,
Is that the right word?
authentic.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Remember Candid Camera?
I
Candid.
don't. What is it?
They were never candids. They were never
They were
candids.
never.
Candids? You're lying to yourself.
It was a TV show.
Wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
Do you not remember? I didn't have TV till I was older.
Yeah, this kid was homeschooled.
I didn't
too.
grow up.
You were homeschooled?
I was homeschooled.
See, I
straight
didn't
through.
know that.
That's why he's so weird.
Hey.
It's
Can't
funny
even
because it's
talk.
true.
Okay.
Are you gonna take that, Chris?
No, I'll just smack him after the podcast. I don't want to mess up the audio. You know what I mean?
That's true. You don't want that
Yeah, that exactly.
10 times louder.
So, when you're not doing music, well, what are you doing in your life? What are your hobbies?
I like painting.
You like
Painting.
I like to fuck with art.
Yeah?
I love art. Yeah.
Okay.
And just watching movies and shit. I eventually want to get into the picture production.
Yeah?
Later on. And if I'm not doing anything music related, this is hard because I go to music school every
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
So like I'm always doing something.
Totally.
I would say sleeping. I don't know.
Sleep is
Sleeping.
very important.
It's important.
It is. People take advantage.
Yeah.
Y'all need to sleep.
I
Y'all
have-
are getting sick because of no sleep.
My sleep schedule has been so messed up after switching to the evening class.
Oh Jesus.
Cause like I sleep in until like 1, and then I come to class, and then I stay up until like 4.
Oh man.
It's rough.
Ugh. Oh God. Nocturnal. You're basically
Pretty
nocturnal.
much. My teacher last term, or the last 2 months, he would wake up at like 3 o'clock, come teach us, and then work on his stuff until 7 o'clock in the morning, and then go to sleep
Ouch.
And around what time does he wake up?
around 3.
Ouch.
Yeah, and just rinse and repeat. I'm like,
Whew.
oh, that,
That's deadly.
How do you switch
sounds-
back to that if you have to?
yeah.
Right?
You
Dang.
just have one rough day. That's how you pull it off.
Dang, you
Stay
strong people who, if you're doing this right now, you're strong, but you need some sleep.
He was like, I can't work when the sun is out. So that's why.
Now that you're definitely affected.
He needs an apartment like mine. I don't have any windows. So it doesn't make
Yeah.
a difference.
Oh wow.
Sneaky. Yo, so you mentioned painting. What type of painting would you say?
Yeah.
Are you like
Drawing.
girl
painting.
Bob Ross over here or what?
Oh
What's
wow.
the sitch?
That's that's an assumption.
I love Bob Ross.
I love Bob
Pretty
Ross,
fire,
but my
pretty fire.
skill is nothing compared to him.
My friends and I were thinking about doing like a Bob Ross birthday party where
Oh,
we
that
just
is perfect.
that we
But
just
you-
paint.
You
Oh, that's
didn't?
perfect.
Our upcoming birthday,
Oh,
my
okay.
friend and my birthday are like 10 days apart, so we usually just do our birthday parties together.
Nicely done.
So then we're like, we should just do like a Bob Ross painting party for our
That'd be
birthday
pretty
this
fire.
year.
Yeah.
So we're
Fire.
thinking about that. That sounds like fun to me.
That is hella fun. Everybody whispering to each other. Y'all don't even have to yell. Why do people yell?
Right? Well,
Like,
I'm Chinese, so I'm just naturally loud.
and yeah, I got those German blood, so I'm also just natural.
No, because Bob Ross in his like videos, he
Oh,
doesn't.
for real.
He's just
Yeah.
calm. So imagine everybody in that
little
party talking like Bob Ross.
Yo, for real, when you're watching Bob Ross, even if he's on, like I'd be writing papers and I'd just have him on in the background, you can't yell when
can't.
Bob Ross is on. If someone's yelling at you, just literally like whip open your
Smack
phone,
the fuck-
get your Netflix open, sauce on some Bob Ross, and they're gonna calm down just
There's
like
a
that.
great vibe to his shows,
His
and you're
tone.
just like, he just like brings you into his own world, and you're just like, yes.
So
Especially that
friendly.
Oh
squirrel.
man, happy little trees, little
Oh.
mountains. Oh,
Gold.
Yeah, man.
Big facts.
He was also a veteran.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in the Air Force.
Wow, that's so
Great
cool.
guy.
Thank you for your service, Bob
Yeah.
Ross.
Thank you.
So, do you still, outside of music, do you still play basketball? Here we have an image of you from
Wait.
2015 playing some basketball.
Oh,
Is that you right there?
yeah,
Is that
you?
That is
Is that
me
you?
with blue hair. Oh my
Fantastic.
God. Oh yeah.
You still throwing some hoops
Number
in your
6.
spare time?
I live in front of a park, and
Yo,
that when was the last time? When was the last time I stepped foot into that court? Probably 6 years ago, and I live in front of it. So it's been a
it's
while.
been a while.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Probably like 4 years ago.
Well, that photo's 2015, so it has to be have been
It's
at
4
least
years
4
ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is you and Chris playing basketball against each other.
That's unfair.
That,
Like,
that,
that-
you'd
Oh
be
wait,
surprised.
did you say teaching?
no, just playing against
That's
each other.
unfair.
Because for those who don't know Dacey,
Oh,
she's a little person.
I'm a short
She's
gal.
pretty
Height
little.
impaired.
I am a short gal.
And then
I am.
if you,
Wait, hold on, let me clarify. I'm 5'2.5", but all right, I'll round it up to 5'3". All right, okay, so
Well,
you always
wild
round it up.
you got it.
well, I got to right.
You got it.
So a 5'3" fuckers. Anyway,
And then if you don't know Chris, he is a giant.
I'm a bit more than 5'3".
how tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Holy shit!
So
See that is unfair.
That is
I
unfair.
I really don't think so though, because you guys are overestimating my skills
Well,
in basketball.
how's the air up there, bro? We get to smell farts. That's why short people die faster.
Wait, what?
Yeah, short people. No, I'm like totally getting this out of my ass.
There is a study.
Yeah,
that
but this is
if you it only works with your significant
Significant
other. But if you smell their farts, apparently you live longer.
Just with
I
your
don't know what
significant
the
other.
fuck you're reading, Kenny.
It was
But-
on Facebook.
Sounds a little.
It wasn't clickbait. It was an actual article. I
From
read
where?
it and I was like,
Sounds sort of BuzzFeedy.
nice.
I'm not gonna
But
lie.
like, if it's a stranger's fart, you're gonna die.
If
I'm just gonna avoid them all. I'm not gonna lie.
well, see now I don't have that choice, Chris.
She's too low to the ground.
But yeah,
The farts dissipate when they go up higher. You don't smell them.
exactly.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Ah,
I get like
big
half
L.
the amount of farts that you do.
How tall are you, Kenny?
I am 5'8", 5'9"-ish.
5'9". That's
5'9".
pretty tall. My goal height was 5. See how I said was? Because I
Was.
know the truth. It
Now
won't
you're-
ever
It won't
be.
happen.
It was 5'7". Ah, that was my
5'7".
goal, yo.
That's still
Isn't
that's
that
pretty
the-
tall. for a
Everybody
girl.
wants what they don't have, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that, yeah, I want to not hit my head on door
yeah,
frames. It happens, especially around studios.
In his house.
In my house, I have to duck my head in every single doorway in my house.
Remember that beach party that we went to last time?
No, what beach party?
You probably hit your head. You don't remember, right?
True though.
How dare you?
But there's this one girl in my elementary school who was always taller than everyone.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
But then like come high school, everyone just like started getting taller than her, and I was just like, whenever I see her now, I'm like, how am I almost taller than you still? Because you used to
Almost being the
tower.
keyword.
I'm still shorter than her.
Maybe she's shrinking. Do we shrink?
We shrink at like
Wait,
50.
Sure.
At
Don't we?
50, right?
Something like when you
Yeah.
get old.
Your body just starts to give out. My body is already starting to give out.
Stop it.
Because you're old.
Stop it.
I
What?
am old.
Hit 24 and it all just goes downhill from there.
I am
25.
so scared.
24 was good. 25, you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
Slow down.
Wait, how old are you, Kenny?
I'm turning 26 this year.
Get out.
Yeah.
I thought you were. Oh my goodness. I
How
didn't
old are
know-
you?
I'm 19.
Okay.
Oh man.
Little baby.
Oh man.
How about you, Chris?
I'm 21.
21?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
where
to the show.
we interview young people. What is it like being a child in this day and age?
I honestly I believe that I have a mindset of a 12-year-old.
I
know.
definitely.
I can support that.
Like, all I watch is cartoons. And then.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing
Cartoons
wrong
have
with that.
better storylines than half
That-
the stuff on
There's
TV.
That's
so-
nowadays.
art. If
Interesting.
cartoons, they're art.
They are.
They're art, period. They're moving art. It's moving pictures.
And then whenever my parents or someone's like, why are you watching cartoons? I'm like, I'm doing research for work.
But for reals, that's what she
Yeah.
was doing.
Fantastic. If it works, it works.
Exactly.
Which is true, because we've talked about it probably 3 or 4 times now. Like,
Yeah.
the depth of storyline and, like, the animation and the music and the voiceover and everything that goes into them is fantastic.
Hard
What-
work,
Yeah.
hard dedication.
What is
True.
your favorite cartoon?
I like adult humor cartoons.
Yeah.
Like Family Guy, hands
Oh, yeah.
down, my
Nice.
favorite. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Well done.
Oof. What
Great show
else?
ruined by the fan base.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two for sure. I'm definitely missing some.
Hmm.
There's so many.
There's
too many.
There's too many.
many.
We would recommend watching Final Space.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Oh!
that. See,
Oh!
I've seen that.
I've seen it.
See? No
season
surprise.
2. Season 2 coming out this year.
Oh really?
I'm
Fantastic.
so excited.
When is it?
They just say
This year.
sometime.
This year.
But it's in production right now.
Okay.
I'm
Can't wait.
too excited for that.
Cannot
It's a good show.
wait.
It's so good.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the band Dacey, we're gonna bring it around back circle. What's some things we can expect to see in the coming year?
Okay. So right now we're working on our EP,
Yeah.
and that's going to be releasing around early summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a name for that EP yet?
No, it's a secret.
We thought we
It's
could
a
get
secret.
That
some
and
inside
also I
deets.
don't know.
Maybe we'll just have to have them back. We'll have the whole band
Yeah.
Ooh,
when you guys
The
release.
boys will love it.
that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. And
Make
then
it happen.
we'll be like playing shows around
Oh, yeah.
Vancouver. So
For sure.
BC,
pop by
Canada.
if you're free. You know.
Watch for Dacey.
Do you guys have any social media that they can follow? People can follow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just Dacey Andrada on Instagram. Also, so it's DACEYAND or ADA.
We'll put links in
In the description.
places.
Right, y'all could
Yeah,
do that.
everywhere.
And on SoundCloud, it's just Dacey. We will be on Spotify and iTunes very soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. One last question. For people who are coming up, young kids or whatever, who want to start doing music, start songwriting, start singing, what would be one or two tips that you would give for someone?
Yeah, man.
Put you on the
Give me
spot.
some time here. Hold on. I really want to be wise.
Nice. That's a good choice of word.
Wise.
Wise. You know who's wise?
Who's wise?
JT.
Yeah, it's a cool dude.
Cool dude.
So I would say, never give up. Like, for real, y'all. Y'all can't stop. Be on the grind.
You gotta work hard.
You gotta work hard to even go somewhere. You gotta work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do what you gotta do. That.
Totally.
The last but not least, if you got parents stopping you from doing what you want to do, say what you gotta say. Because you know, you're not living their life, you're living yours.
Nice.
I love my parents. I don't have any burden on them. I'm just saying. Yeah. I love them. Yeah.
For sure.
No,
Awesome.
okay. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you
Dacey.
so much
Thanks for
for
swinging
having
by.
Thanks for
me.
being our
This-
first guest.
Yeah, thank you.
Big shout out. Yeah, check out Dacey on all of their social media pages. Check the EP coming this summer.
Hey,
And thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you next week
Yeah.
on
bye.
Unwind.
bye.
Bye.